This video is about processor-oriented programming system. When you are new to programming paradigms are not much of importance. But as you learn programming language and start creating complex programs and software, it is vital to understand which programming paradigm is best suited for your project. So let's see what exactly a programming paradigm is. Programming paradigms are a way to classify programming languages based on their features. Languages can be classified into multiple paradigms. Common programming paradigms are imperative programming, declarative programming, reactive programming, procedure-oriented programming, object-oriented programming. However, the most common programming paradigms that are used for designing different types of software are procedure-oriented programming and object-oriented programming. Procedure-oriented programming is a programming paradigm that follows the concept of the procedure call. So procedure is also called as function. So a procedure or a function is a block of code that performs a specific task. Let's consider the features of procedure-oriented programming. Modularity. Procedure-oriented programming provides modularity that breaks down complex program into smaller modules that have single independent task. These modules are later combined to perform the major task. Predefined functions are library functions. Predefined functions or library functions are also known as built-in functions. These functions are already defined in header files and they can be used by any program. And in C language, we have functions called printf and scanf, which are library functions which are used for performing the I/O operations. Next feature is scope. Scope refers to the area within a program where variable can be accessed or used. Scope can be local or global. Variables that are declared inside function or block are local variables and they can be used only by the statement that are inside that function or block. And local variables are created when the function or block begins and are destroyed when the function or block ends. Global variables are defined outside of all the functions and they are usually declared on top of all the functions. And global variables can be accessed by any function in the program. Next feature is parameter passing. Parameters are the data values that are passed from calling function to call function. There are two methods to pass the parameters from calling function to call function. They are pass by value and pass by reference. In call by value or pass by value method, the copy of the variables are used in the call function. So the changes made in the call function does not change the values in the calling function. Whereas in call by reference or pass by reference method, address of the variables are sent. So therefore the changes made in the call function also changes the values of the calling function. Let's check out the advantages of procedure-oriented programming. In procedure-oriented programming, source code is portable. That means code written once can be used on different machines. We can write any type of program using procedure-oriented programming. Therefore, it is excellent for general purpose programming. Procedure-oriented programming reduces the code redundancy through functions. Functions written once can be used anywhere throughout the program. Reduced code also leads to reduction in memory usage. We can easily track the flow of the program during execution. Let's check out the disadvantages of procedure-oriented programming. When it comes to large-scale project development, the code is not very much reusable. Therefore, it increases the time and as well as effort required to build a project. It is difficult to relate with the real-world entities and Here the importance is given to the functions rather than data. Therefore, it is not suitable for data sensitive projects. Thank you for watching video.